What are you doing in my swamp? What are you doing in my swamp?
Hello everybody, this is Ogre-Boy, and I'm going to be doing my review for the 2014 version of Annie. This is a movie that I had not wanted to see. I've avoided it for almost 7 years and stuff, but my friend talked me into giving it a shot and watching it this week. And everything, because we were talking about me doing reviews for movies I didn't want to see, and he talked me into it, and he was like, will you do a review for it? So it's like, yeah, I guess I will. I'll review this one, and it was pretty bad. It was about as bad as I expected it was going to be. I absolutely love the original Annie and the 1999 version. I grew up with both of those as a kid, so I didn't really have any desire to see a new updated version, especially that's set in modern times and everything, but I'm going to try to keep this where I don't compare it to the original two and just talk about just this one. And there were a few things in here that I liked, but not very much. The movie, it's pretty much the same story as the original, except it's set modern times instead of during the Depression in the 1930s, and Annie is a young orphan girl, or as they have to point out every 5 seconds in this movie, she's a foster kid, not an orphan. She's living in a foster home with a few other girls and Miss Hannigan, played by Cameron Diaz, and she gets the offer to go spend a few months with Will Stacks, a mobile tech man who's, I guess he's kind of like Steve Jobs, that's wanting to run for mayor of New York and stuff, and he's wanting her to come stay with him because it would be good press for him and stuff. And best as you see that he starts caring for her, and they kind of get a bond and everything, but she wants to find her real parents, so they do a search for her real parents and stuff, and Miss Hannigan teams up with Will Stacks' assistant or whatever to try to make money off of Annie and stuff by having people pretend to be her parents and stuff so that they can get the money, which doesn't really make sense in the long run and everything. And Will Stacks and stuff has to try to find Annie and save her before he adopts her. That's pretty much the story of this version. It's pretty much the same, but it does have a lot of differences from the original version. Of course, with it being set in modern times, they have to change certain things, but they kept the core story and everything. But I didn't really enjoy this movie very much. Like I said, there are some things about it that I like a couple of the songs sounded alright, like It's Hard Knock Life sounded okay, and the Together at Last song at the end of the movie was alright, although all of the songs are really kind of bad because they have really bad auto-tune. I complained about the auto-tune in Beauty and the Beast, but the auto-tune in this movie is way worse and everything. I absolutely hate it when they do that in musical movies. They add auto-tune and stuff. It's like, you can't get actors that can sing, either hire actors that can or make them lip sing. It's a lot better than using terrible auto-tune, and some of these people didn't need it, like mainly Jamie Foxx. Like, he's known to be a really talented singer and stuff, and there was no reason at all for Jamie Foxx to need auto-tune. Not only is it just really bad for his performance and stuff, takes away from his performance, it's also a really big sellout move for Jamie Foxx to use auto-tune. It just really kind of ruined the movie and stuff. And like the chemistry between him and the actress that plays Annie, I can't pronounce her name. I'm not even going to attempt it. I'm just going to call her Miss Wallace, because I don't know how to pronounce her first name and I don't want to butcher it. But the chemistry between them two is not near as good as it should have been. They weren't really believable as a and stuff, and she wasn't very good as Annie, and she's a good actress. I've seen her in something else that she did a few years before Annie that she was really, really good in it. I think it was Beast of the Southern Wild is the name of it, but she was really great in that movie. But this one, her acting was really bad. Her line delivery was pretty terrible. Her singing was bad and stuff, and it just I didn't like that either, and everything. But there were some things that I did like about it. I like what they did with Miss Hannigan, even though I think Cameron Diaz was absolutely horrendous in this role. She was like really over the top, overacting, and was really unlikable for the first 2/3 of the movie. And then you get to the third act, and she kind of gets this redemption arc and stuff. And I did like that they did that with her, because I mean, she somewhat got one in the original version, but this one they went out of their way to make sure she got one and everything. And I don't know if that's more like the play or not, but I did at least like that, though, that I did like what they did with Miss Hannigan, giving her a little bit of a different arc than she did in the other two versions. Like, she's the one character, and each version has a different ending. So I did like that about this movie. But I will say Cameron Diaz gave an awful performance. And I think out of all the actors in this movie, Jamie Foxx was pretty good. It just, his singing really ruined the movie. I honestly wish they wouldn't have had him sing if they were going to make him do the auto-tune. And Rose Byrne is pretty good in here too, although she doesn't get as much screen time and stuff, and Grace wasn't as well written in this movie. She's a really likable character in the other versions, and she's likable in this one too. She just doesn't get near as much screen time as she should have. And the other thing I hate about the songs is they changed the lyrics a lot. It's like I get you're trying to make it new and modern and stuff, but changing all of the lyrics to the songs just make it even less good and stuff. Like, I hate when they do that in movies. Sometimes it does work. I mean, like in Beauty and the Beast, they had to change a little bit of lyrics in some of the songs, like Be Our Guest and stuff, to make it where it made more sense and stuff. That song, it didn't bother me on in that one, but I hate when they just unnecessarily change the lyrics and stuff for no reason. It's just stupid. But yeah, so I really didn't like Annie. I think it could have been a lot worse. It was not quite as bad as I was expecting, but it was still pretty freaking terrible. So I'd say I'd give it I'm gonna go with a 2 out of 10, just because I liked a little bit of the stuff that they did at the end of it with Miss Hannigan's character. That's really the only thing about the movie that I did like. I probably won't ever watch this version again. I have no desire to ever see it again. But I've always said that I didn't want to see it because I knew it was going to be bad just from the trailers and the leaked plot and stuff I had read a little bit about and stuff. So I knew I wasn't going to like this movie, and it really was as bad as I was expecting. But anyway, let me know in the comments what you think of this version of Annie, and I hope you enjoyed this video, and have a good day, everybody.